Nothing's changed.
So funny.
Okay, so
We're week 11.
Really?
Yeah. You say this to me every week.
Yeah, it is
week 11,
yeah.
yes.
Week 11, week 15 since we started.
Yes.
Sort of with the
shakes and everything.
all that sort of stuff. But so yeah, from that we're both now 30 kilos down, and if you take into account the weight loss that Michelle had before before we started on this journey, that's another 10 kilos. So Michelle's 40 down.
Whoop whoop!
Huge. And, 31.5 kilos down, and essentially 32 kilos to go before my goal. So I'm almost halfway there for the goal, which is amazing when you consider 15 weeks. It's about 3 odd months, so
yeah.
that's just been brilliant. We're pretty much going to run now every 2 weeks on our videos rather than every week, because it's sort of slowing down a bit now, and I think there's more changes that happen in a 2-weekly basis. So
and we're doing so much exercise and stuff on the weekends now, which is a lot of the videos. So yeah, fortnightly is the way to go.
But what is it, the last 2 weeks now? I think I've lost close to 5 kilos. And
it's about just over 2 kilos.
Yeah, so
yeah.
So you know we're still going. We're still going.
I had a few
well.
weeks of just losing 300 grams and then 500 grams, and that was a bit of a.
But I've come across a bit of a dilemma. Michelle's been doing okay with the normal stores, but I've come across a bit of a dilemma. Went down to Kmart today to get some new pants because I'm really actually swimming in these, and yeah, no, I'm still too big for Kmart. So I'm too big for Kmart, but too small for all of the stuff that I've got. So I'm in a bit of a in between mode now, and I've got to just find a couple of pieces of outfits that are going to sustain me until I can get my clothes from a department store. So it's a bit weird. These pants that I'm wearing now, I'm swimming in, and 5 weeks ago, I couldn't fit into these still. So
and people are starting to comment on it at work, going, "Gosh, their pants are big on you."
Yeah, so it's a bit of a strange predicament to be in, because on the one hand, I'm elated that I've lost the weight that I've already lost, but on the other hand, when you're going back into that department store and you're thinking you might be ready for it, it can actually get a bit depressing, or a bit of a reality check that you're not quite ready yet, and you've still got a ways to go. So that's all right. I mean, the beautiful thing is that we're getting fitter, and we're consistently losing weight. We're still consistently losing weight week in, week out. And as far as the food goes, that's changed for me as well. The food, I was quite obsessed with flavors and obsessed with the food that I was going to be able to eat after I came out of the surgery. Just specifically because I was just stuck on a vegetarian diet for six odd weeks.
Like I deprived him of meat. Oh my gosh.
So I would be, even though I could only eat small amounts, I'd be eating, small amounts of eggs and bacon and chicken and whatever other meat products that I can get my hands on. That novelty's kind of worn off. And now I'm sort of having to be a little bit more careful about actually eating food, because it's actually starting to become a bit of a chore. I don't mean it to be, but it is. You spend about anywhere between 20 minutes and an hour making a fairly elaborate meal that's beautiful tasting, and it's going to be fantastic.
And Jordan loves it, but we get to eat the size of an egg.
And I need to be finished it within less than 5 minutes, because you're full, and you can't put any more down, and you were really enjoying it, and you started eating, and the next thing you know, it's 3 or 4 mouthfuls in, and that's it. And just to be clear, if you're trying to imagine the size of a food, if you can imagine 3 little chicken wings, I eat 3 chicken wings and I'm full. I'm done. I can't eat any more. So it's really a small amount of food that you have every time, and then you sort of go to yourself, why am I making all of this effort to have such a small amount of food? Now it's important that we still do that. We've obviously got Jordan here who's needs to have a proper meal, and it's nice to sit at the table to eat, but it becomes challenging sometimes. So it's something different that I didn't expect. But now I'm not overly interested in food, so if I'm not involved in cooking for anybody else, I don't really cook myself much of anything, and we'll have a small sort of snack of cheese or something, and that'll be more than satisfactory for me. So
I tried to explain that I still wanted it to look like a meal. So I still wanted a little bit of meat and a little bit of vegetable and something, where we haven't been doing that because we can only eat so small. We eat like our little Remingtons and things like that. So this week I've been blessed. I've been able to get, 2 amazing meals where they were almost like they were separated, and it made it look like it was an actual meal, so makes it feel nicer when we're all sitting down at the table together.
one thing I think is going to be very interesting is that when we do get down to our goal weights, it's probably going to be a bit of a shock realization that yes, we've got to our weights, but nothing changes because we still can't eat. It's a physical change. It's not a diet. We're not on a diet anymore. It's a physical limitation. We can't actually eat that much. So once we're finished, once I'm nice and thin, nothing's going to change as far as that goes. I'm still for the rest of my life, I'm actually going to be eating small and being very limited. And that's what I wanted. That's what I paid for. That's the way it goes. But it's something to think about if you're ever thinking about doing this. It's a lot for life change.
Yeah.
So. Okay.
For me, 40 kilos is a lot, and it's epic, and I am extremely blessed that I've lost that much. But for any woman that's out there, I'm sure you've done the research and you know, but skin is certainly getting less like saggy. It's not the most attractive thing, and something that I'm dealing with. My arms definitely, everything's looking better, but arms, breasts, legs, everything's starting to get loose. And I'm 41 years old, so I'm working on the exercise side of it to hopefully strengthen and pick that up a bit. But it is something that I'm conscious of, and certainly won't be wearing bathers even if I get down to my goal weight. Not until I can fix that up. But I do want to put it out there that even though that I knew before the surgery that is something that's going to happen, I wouldn't have changed my decision. Never ever would I change that decision. I see a lot of people on forums that say, I didn't want to get the surgery because I don't want to have a sagging skin. Absolutely, you get sagging skin, but you also get sagging skin because you've done so well with what you've lost. It's an achievement. Now, it's something that eventually I would like to get rid of, absolutely. But in the meantime, you deal with it the way you can. I'm still really, really proud that I'm now fitting into a size 16 top.
We're fitter, we're
and
healthier.
And it was size 28, so it's something to be proud of. So I'm not too worried. It'll be all right. But it is something that's definitely worth mentioning. Yeah.
All right, that'll do. We'll catch up with you in a fortnight's time and see where we're at.
I'll show you some before and afters now, being that Michael's hit his 30 kilo and I've hit my 40 kilo. So keep track of that. All right, guys. See ya.
See ya.